Gary with Minnesota Gun Class. In this video I'll be talking about gear to bring to Front Sight. Again, the first thing you want to make sure to bring to Front Sight is your membership card. Let's start at the top on gear to bring. We need to bring, of course, a good hat. The reason for a brimmed hat is it keeps brass when it's flying around from going down in your eyes and blinding you. That wouldn't be fun. So the next thing we need is good eye protection. What I've got here is ESS, the Cross series. The reason I like this, in addition to being a good high quality glass and that it fits all around and nothing can get down in the top, the bows are flat. So you're going to have your muffs on there all day long for at least 4 days in the 4-day class. If you've got thicker bows, it digs in there and pushes, and you'll end up with ridges there, and it's not quite as comfortable. So these really like these. So the other thing that we need for our protection is they now require electronic ear protection. The reason for this is people couldn't hear them talk, so electronic ear protection has microphones in the front. So you put this on, and it's microphones that will amplify sound, and as soon as there is a loud report, it just shuts that down, and so you can hear what they're saying, you can hear what's going on. A lot of the instructors out there, these are 3M Peltor, the Tactical Sport. A lot of the instructors are wearing these. They're really good. I've been wearing those for years out there. They work great. So let's talk about the gun and the stuff to bring out. Now, Front Sight is a semi-automatic school. In the hundreds and hundreds of people that have been in the classes, the handgun classes that I've taken, there have been only 3 people who have had revolvers. One guy knew what he was doing. He had it down. He could draw. He speed loaders. He knew what to do. The other 2 people they were an elderly couple. They had just obviously been to the store, and somebody sold them revolvers, and they just struggled the whole time. It was not pretty. So it's a semi-automatic school, and whatever you've got, they'll work with it. But there are better guns. The Striker Fire guns are a Springfield, Glock, anything without a safety on it, decocker. People, even the 4th day of class, they've got decockers on there. They're drawing, they're struggling with that, they're firing, and nothing happens. And they've been out of school for 4 days just doing that under no stress, and they still screw it up. What would happen if it was live and all of a sudden you're fiddling with levers and stuff like that? A Striker Fire gun with no safety and decockers, really the best way to go. So a holster. You need an outside the waistband holster, preferably a belt holster that threads through the loops on your belt. Now this is a paddle holster that came with my XDM, and you can put this through, but it'll be a little bit wobbly, and the cant isn't exactly right on there. You want a cant that goes straight up and down, because you're going to be drawing, and if the cant is not right, you're going to be struggling with that during the class. So get a good holster. This is, again, Blade Tech holster. It's made just for this gun. It works really great. Magazine carriers. On my belt during the class, I've got 2 magazine carriers and 4 mags. The first time I went out there, I had my Springfield 45, and I had 1 mag carrier. I mean, you're sitting on a range and feeding rounds in there all the time, and that was not fun. So I've got my Springfield 9 now. They hold 19. I only put 17 in there, and I've got these full. I can go out onto the range and just shoot, come back, load them up, and I'm never loading out on the range. So one thing that is really, really helpful in loading is a little device called an UPLULA, U-P-L-U-L-A. This will save your fingers rather than just sitting there and thumbing rounds in there, and you do 600 rounds in the 4-day class, and you're going to feel that. So you just you've got your rounds, you just push that and put it in. You can load them really fast, and it works really good. Up Lula. So range bag. You're going to need to carry stuff back and forth from the car. This is I just have a sack. This is also my carry-on bag, going through security, but this works really. Has lots of pockets. I wouldn't advise bringing a traditional range bag. How are you going to, unless you drive out there? If you drive out there, you can do whatever you want. But going through the airport in a traditional range bag, I wouldn't recommend that. You're also going to need something to clean your gun every day. I don't thoroughly clean it every day. I've just got a bore snake that I run through the barrel a couple times every day after class, and it gets good enough until I get home and can do a thorough cleaning job. Some people out there wear tactical gloves. I mean, it's hot out there, and if you get blisters and stuff, that may help you. I only wear them when it's cold, and we're from Minnesota, and shooting in the winter, it gets cold, so that's what I wear. But sometimes I've been out there for 2 weeks straight. I've done that several times, taking classes, and yeah, you get blisters, but they've got tape out there. You can just tape it up, and everything works fine. So if you're taking a rifle class, the type of sling to get, recommended sling. The only time you're going to, first of all, chamber check, mag check. The only time you're going to be using the sling is to take the gun from the classroom area to the range. So that's the only time you're going to be using it. So a 2-point sling is actually best for shooting at front sight. You can just have it here, and some of the things you need to do, you can quickly get this out and do what you need to do with it. On my AR, I've got a tactical sling on that. So this is good for if you're on duty and wearing this all day long. A tac sling is great. Not so great out at front sight. If you can put a 2-point sling on there, that would work great for the AR. So also for the AR, a lot of people are asking about what kind of sights to put on the AR. I had heard the first time you go out there, just use iron sights, which is what I did the first time I took the AR course, and I was still hitting man-sized steel targets at 400 yards with iron sights. I mean, you can do that. It's easier with an EOTech red dot. You can the dot is bigger than the target down there, but you can still be a lot more accurate. You can bring it up, and you can find it much sooner. So whatever sighting system you've got, you'll work with it. Go out there multiple times. The first time you'll try something, and the next time you go out there you'll try something else. So I think I've covered everything on gear to bring. So but again, you don't have to spend a lot of money going out to front sight. Bring what you've got the first time. If you know you're going to be going out there quite a few times, you can gear up and spend some money, but you don't have to.